So maybe he's just cool with Diddy. And the problem is some of the guys, and this is how, the industry is kind of fake. Some of the guys, because of what we've seen about Diddy, they can't just say, hey, listen, yo, Diddy's a cool guy to me, bro. Yo, I've partied with him for a lot of years. I never seen weird shit. I know he got caught up in some whatever, but now, if you guys haven't been on 50 Cent's Instagram, y'all got to go check it out, okay? First and foremost, he continued to poke some fun at Ja Rule, right? And him and Ja been going back and forth. Remember, I read this whole thing by Ja, and I said, yo, this sounds like Ja Rule had a lawyer sitting next to him because Ja is looking like he ain't trying to get sued. And, of course, I was right. You know what I mean? Come on. Of course I was right. The wording, he even was so liberal with explaining at times, even though it seems like that 50 was never officially charged. And that is language of someone who has an editor who is trying to make sure they're not defaming someone, because in how it's written, it was written in a way to say, hey, listen, we're just spitting the facts. And we're saying things not only to drive a narrative that this guy's a bad person, but we're also saying things as well that could be in their favor. Anyway, I think he deleted that post anyway. Regardless, 50 posted this video kind of getting at Ja Rule. Now, remember, Ja Rule said he was going to do his own documentary. I think I talked about that yesterday. He said he was going to do his own documentary on 50. And, there's a silent, I want to say majority, because I keep telling you, I'm talking to these rappers and these people who are celebrities behind the scenes. They don't hate Diddy like that. After all the details came out with his trial, I'm telling you, I'm going to keep saying, if Diddy comes out and does the Gunna, they will accept him. But if he comes out and he's wilding, he's still trying to have 5 of his bitches on a yacht, he's on the Breakfast Club talking about he's trying to get with the next 25-year-old chick, talking about his brother love, like it's gonna fuck him up. He gotta take this as a moment as being humble, come out. Yo, look at this. Yo, let me tell you, Gunna got the best PR. Yo, you go to Gunna's page, Gunna's doing a 5K run in every city. Like, you know what I mean? Gunna's now turned into fucking inspiration. This nigga looked like he about to get a deal with CrossFit. Yeah, lost all the weight, doesn't talk. He went to Atlanta, right? All them gangster rappers who from Atlanta, we don't see them doing nothing, but they hand out bullets and bodies like they're crews. They don't really do nothing. Gunna has been the person who's uniting the city. Yo, let's go on a 5K run. He's running with the people. It's doing so much to help rehabilitate his image, but also kind of give off that image like, yo, this guy's a good guy. This guy is, he's accessible, because sometimes, that's what usually a lot of rappers, they would like to do to like people like Gunna or a 6ix9ine. They'd be like, oh, yeah, that rat don't come outside. No, you can't say none of those things to Gunna. Gunna, by the way, what I do like that he's doing, he's not trying to prove himself. I think 6ix9ine always fucked up on that, right? Like, oh, I got out, but I ratted in. What's up with y'all niggas? Y'all ain't doing nothing. Don't do that. Gunna got out. Gunna has been showing, I'm not scared of the people. Gunna has shredded this image that he needs to hang around with the tough killers. All Gunna's doing is hanging with the people. He looks the most relatable. He's going on runs with them. Look, he's getting embraced. And again, I don't want to doubt this and act like, he's, not doing this genuinely, because it looks like he's really into this fitness journey. But that is such a smart thing. Young Thug gets out, he want to hang with killers. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work, buddy. Gunna gets out, all right, fuck it. Y'all calling me whatever? Yo, listen, I'm not even going to get at that type of stuff. I'm with the people. So you see him out every city. You see him running around. You see him, it's the 5K wanna run. See? This is in Atlanta. He's running with the mascot of the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, you see? You got the nice professional pictures. He does this everywhere. Look, Gunna has actually turned into a beacon of positivity, a beacon of uniting. This is why all the rappers in Atlanta who claim they don't like rats and want to get at him, we keep looking at them like they're the lame ones. Why? Gunna seems to be minding his business, keeping his head down, out the way. I'm giving back. I'm with the people. I'm one of the people. I'm shedding whatever image you have. I'm not posting that I'm in the trap. I'm not posting that I'm about to go kill nobody. I'm just doing me. Gunna has reclaimed. Gunna goddamn looked like the king of Atlanta. Nigga went to Atlanta, ran around the 5K, and then he performed at the State Farm Arena. Sold it out. It wasn't Gunna and friends. By the way, it made news because Gunna shut down the stadium. He didn't have one opening performer. They've been saying that about Gunna's tour. Respectfully, Meek sold out the arena in his city. Nigga, he had about 70 niggas on that lineup. Well, it wasn't a lineup. It was him and friends. But he had 70 niggas there. Gunna's show, he don't do no openers. There's no nigga running out before him. They say a DJ plays, and then Gunna comes out and gives you his hour and 15, hour and a half, and leaves. Show over. Gunna not doing none of the fake kicking it no more. None of that. Well, I mean, they probably don't want to do it with him either, but Gunna is, we're realizing, let's see, hold on. This is his entrance. He's doing this thing. So I only said that to say, Gunna, if Diddy does what Gunna does in terms of humble yourself, that party lifestyle, you have to quit. You can't be, just like how Gunna, not saying he was the most synonymous with street shit, but imagery and how he's carrying himself, he looked like he is trying to shed any association or connotation with the streets. If Diddy gets out and says, listen, I'm pushing 60, which, by the way, when Diddy gets out, let's be clear, Diddy's 56. He's expected to be released in 2028. He's going to be 59, pretty much 60. If he gets out, doesn't have to be a rebrand, but he's not like, yo, after the show is the after party and after the party is the hotel lobby and no. Calm it down. If he goes about it that way, I'm telling you that I've talked to rappers in the industry how some of you are portraying Diddy. They don't see Diddy like that. And it might be for many reasons. Number one, Cassie isn't an insider to this industry anymore. Not only that, I think people actually believe that this was some malicious prosecution and that Diddy, of course he's a freaky ass nigga, but they believe that a lot of things that Diddy was doing, they do. There's a couple of rappers who pay niggas to fuck they bitch. Yeah. There's a couple rappers who all they do is threesomes and orgies. Yeah. It's a couple of them do. There's a couple of rappers who they slap the shit out of their chick too. I'm not saying that's some proud shit, but that is in the culture of how these rappers is giving it up. So when they see a mirror image of kind of how they're living to a certain extent, now I don't know no rappers who's rubbing male semen on their chest, but in this other kind of deviant or degenerative behavior, they're not that outraged. And most of them align with Diddy in saying, man, these bitches just come around for the money, man. Like, yo, you wasn't forcing nobody to stay. You knew you was getting into. You knew what you were signing up for. That is the conversation. I've heard it a lot. Now, they're not going to get on social media and say it. They're scared of getting canceled. They're not going to say it. But that's what I'm saying. If Diddy comes back and he moves how he moves, you're going to see every rapper next to him. Now, of course, you're probably not going to see them next to him if he comes out and he's like, yo, let's party. No. But if he comes out, moves a little bit different with some decorum, you'll see it. Anyway. Back to the original topic. So Ja Rule basically had put out that he's going to be doing his own documentary, trying to unearth the past of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Now, I'll tell you another thing that I hear a lot of people are saying. Not only do they rock with Diddy behind the scenes, and I mean, obviously, this is all contingent because I think they're going to rock with him when he gets released. This is contingent. Now, when I say I'm talking about rappers, like I'm not talking about corporate, entities or brands that want to align with him. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about rappers. Not only do they, I'm hearing this chatter from behind the scenes. Another thing I'm hearing from behind the scenes that a lot of rappers won't say is that this documentary, they just feel it's a hit piece but on some beef shit. Like, they're not looking at this like, oh, man, this is not a surviving R. Kelly blowback within the industry. Like, oh, my God, really? No. All the stories told in this doc are known stories, are myths, rumors, are things that people speculated on for many years. There's nobody sitting back and say, oh, my God, this is some brand new information. A lot of the things when people listen to Surviving R. Kelly, they didn't know the depth. That's not the same with this documentary right here. So most people, rappers in the game, they're like, man, 50's a cold nigga. That's what I keep hearing. 50 a cold nigga. I don't hear them reacting to the doc saying, yo, Diddy's disgusting. All they keep saying, man, 50's a cold nigga. Which goes into this idea that I think most people in the industry, they're going with this idea that this documentary was more of propaganda to make people, to heighten the dislike for Diddy once again, after some people may have been a little bit more sympathetic since he beat the RICO and the sex trafficking charges. So that's why Ja Rule jumped in and said, all right, if we're doing documentaries and we could just twist any type of historical event and put a narrative around it and make someone look crazy, well, I'll do one against you. Now, another thing I've heard, which again, these guys, they're not going to say it publicly. They're skeptical of this documentary because of the name connected to it. They actually feel like it's kind of, they're looking at it like, yeah, it's no way you did this documentary thinking about the victims if the person who's heading this up has been, if you get what I mean. So, Ja Rule started down that route actually. 50 posted this. He says, in case you're wondering why these people are saying these very nasty things about me, LOL. He posted a Gene Deal clip, and this is what Gene Deal said.
So I opened the door, and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff. They're in the room. They busy. They don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bro, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothered him. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed it and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Jay, that's my cousin. He know me well. And Puff was like, yo, Jay, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on.
Oh, wow.
So I opened the door, and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my...
Now, after Puff posted that, no, not Puff, sorry. 50 posted that. Ja Rule responded by said, I thought Jughead was smarter than posting a blatant lie to the millions of your minions. Slander and defamation, dummy. Lawsuit on the way. Okay? Now, again, you know, that becomes a little bit iffy with the defamation thing. And I know everyone thinks there's a case for defamation at all times. It's not 50 saying it. 50 posted a interview, and if he had good faith that he thought the guy was telling a personal story, the only person who could verify if it's true would be the people there. 50 might be clear, actually. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyway, Ja Rule said he finna sue. Okay? Now, the next thing was the Marlon Wayans thing that keep coming back up. Okay? Remember we talked about this.
Ain't baby all close.
Nah, you stupid.
But yo, look, Puff is
Nah. You working with
I've known
Pac?
Puff for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying?
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, you know, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And, you know.
Who's telling the story, right? You can skew
People very close to the situation.
but you can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what?
You have?
I could create a narrative.
Well,
I
we
could be
see it all the time on reality shows. Like,
Nah,
on
yeah,
reality
that's right.
shows,
Yeah,
that's how
you're
they're
still
creating
you
write
write
a
a
character.
narrative. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage, and I could make you think this about that person.
Nah, for sure, yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, you know, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
Well,
between.
people are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it. It's divided.
It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down.
God is going to.
If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, you know, that you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do. We ain't baby.
So he basically said, hey, you know, and again, this is what I've heard a lot of people say behind the scenes. Like, they feel like this is a propaganda piece, but this is beef. This is 50 versus Diddy. Now, obviously, 50 ain't like that. 50 posted this white chicks thing, and he said, yo, keep my name out your mouth, boy. And everybody knows Marlon Wayans isn't a guy to back down. So Marlon Wayans, he actually hopped on his his Instagram, and he posted this. He said, just for the record, bro, let's correct the narratives, Curtis. Rub-a-dub-dub. Stop. Now, by the way, I have to let you know this is a AI picture from all, research. Pause. 50 posts this picture, which I think is also AI. And 50 says, Diddy got this fool trying to get at me. No AI. That's your vibe, boy. Keep my name out your mouth. Oh, shit. So I guess this is a real picture. What the hell? Holy. Now, let me see. Marlon Wayans, Instagram. They've been kind of going back and forth on Instagram. He also posted a picture of 50. Said 12 years a slave. He said, now let's think about this, Fifth. Then he posted a caption while he was smoking a cigar. It says, just enjoy my life and my cigars before, this is a calm before the storm. For the record, I don't condone the abuse of women, period. Unlike some people who have a track record of domestic violence. I got 5 sisters and a mother I honor. I rep us always. Don't let anyone create narratives. Marlon Lamont Wayans is an exceptional man. Good day, Curtis. That's when he posted this. Then he posted this. He says, where'd you get all that baby oil from, Curtis? Many men. Many men. Rub oil upon me. Okay. Made it a song. Then he posts this. He says, some people just be lying. Come on, Curtis.
To me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me to take me shopping.
Oh, wow. So it looks like he's almost saying, wait, is he trying to act like 50 took May shopping?
He said something to me one.
So he's basically called him a hypocrite. Wow. Wow. Well, everybody know the way 50's undefeated via the internet. 50 posted a few more things of his own.
Those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties, and even if I go, like I said, been doing Diddy parties for 15 years, and I must say you never let me down, Puff. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Good times, people. I've never seen any of this. I'm like, when I hear about it, when did that happen? I never.
What the hell? He also boasts about the success of the documentary. Stranger Things 5 earned 23.6 million views in week 2, while the Sean Combs documentary, The Reckoning, hit 21.8 million views, and according to 50, this was only in 6 days. Wow. Alrighty then. So they're going back and forth. 50 is, he's going to make sure anybody who is, let me see. He's going to make sure anybody who's super pro Diddy or super, critical of his documentary, he's going to get at them vigorously. Let's see this.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did.
Was Marlon Wayans at the Diddy party? Now, it's so funny because we know so much more details than we so call the Diddy party. Like we don't know how the party wasn't the issue. The freak off is the issue, right? Like it sounds like the Diddy party was just a wild party, but not like a sexual deviant thing. Those are freak offs that were separate. That probably happened afterwards, but not necessarily was connected to the party. Marlon Wayans, Diddy. I got to figure out what's the association here. Oh. So he's spoken on this before.
Not you stupid. But
he's spoken on this before. I guess on Shannon Sharp, but I thought he spoke on it before that.
Can I ask you about this? Because people be asking me about it. These Hollywood parties. Marlon, you been to the Hollywood parties. What's going on at these Hollywood parties?
I left early.
Why does everybody say that?
Because people think that.
I've been to plenty Diddy parties. I left early. I swear to you, I've never seen
the stuff that they claim to be going on.
I never seen it. I never, those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties. And even if I go, like I said, I've never seen any of this. I'm like, when I hear about it, when did that happen? Yes. At what time did this go down? Because I was there till 3:30. You mean 3:32? So they waited for me to leave? Like, all right, good. That Wayans nigga's gone. He talked too much. I've never seen it. Never see nothing. You know, I see drugs, you know.
Yeah.
I don't be seeing like, I'm not a man that's about the gangbangs and the this and that.
Yeah.
If I party, I like my own party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I'm me and, you know, back in the day, it'd be me and some chicks. It'd be me and some chicks. I don't need me, some chicks, and some dicks. Nah, this is my party. This is my swell.
Ain't no Amtrak going on.
It's all love. This a love session here. Like, go. But I don't, you know, Amtraks. Because that'll get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I see the forest through the trees. Because I got God in my life.
Right.
I got my daddy in my life. I got my mama. Don't do that.
Yep.
Now you know better.
Yep.
Everything that you do one day can come back to haunt you, so you gotta be careful how you show up. I don't have no blemishes on my NASCAR. I am brand clean. I don't go to jail. I don't do DUIs because I don't drink and drive. If I'm gonna have me a drink, I don't care where I'm at. I'm gonna call me an Uber.
Right.
I don't drink and drive. I don't get into silly like
Beef,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't carry jewelry or nothing of value because I don't want to give you a reason to want to rob me. I got nothing. You want a credit card? Go for it, man. You got 20 minutes parties, but like I said, I never saw nothing. People that want to come laugh and feel good, and I owe it to my fans to walk through this life and be an example as best as I can. Now, I will go on my runs. I will curse out United Airlines.
Yeah.
You know, I will. When I'm mistreated, I'm a talk bad about you. But if I don't have to, I'm a refrain. But I watch my conduct. You have to watch your conduct. So I don't go to those parties like that. I've been to parties, but like I said, I never saw nothing. I'd be so surprised when I hear certain things. Like, that happened?
Yeah. Where was I when that happened?
Exactly.
White chicks. Did you?
Well, they at that party. A few.
Did you think white chicks was gonna, when you're making white?
I'm wondering if Marlon Wayans, let me see.
Personal. It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down.
God is going
to. If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
You think we'll see that day?
Huh?
You think we'll see that day?
I don't think 50 does dumb stuff. You know, he's very smart, you know, in terms of his business.
Nah, every dog got their day, man. Every dog got their day. That's the thing I don't think people... I think whenever people feel like they got 50 and it's done, you see the thing is, I think there's a lot of niggas, they're just scared of 50. They're scared of 50 because they know when 50 start on them, it ain't gonna stop. But trust me, if there's ever a day that they're like, yo, he's finally out of here, you're gonna see niggas jump out from the woodworks. Chat, it's like early in the year for me. You know how many niggas who, man, they done got to work for me back in the day. Like, I may have, like, clowned them, whatever. It was niggas who I thought, like, especially them rappers who, you know, I might have said something roast to them. They probably realize their career is washed up now. So, like, now we get on the phone and something, we're getting a little cool. The moment they thought, I think they looked around like, yo, I think he's finally out of here. They jump back out. They jump back out with the hate. So, yeah, I think a lot of niggas would want to kick 50s back in. It's just that he's been so bulletproof and everything. Everyone just stay silent. Like, put like this, his baby mama literally accused him of, even though later on, I think, did she take it back? I don't know if she take it back. She deleted it, though. But she accused him of, and usually that's that type of allegations people jump out on. But I think for 50, everybody was like, yo, man, I don't know what you talking about. Stop playing with that nigga Fifth, man. Stop playing with Fifth. But I don't know what it could be, but if there's ever a day that 50 is down and like the whole industry know it is a wrap for him, you're going to see haters come up. Like, it's going to be, you're going to see, it's like turn on the lights and you see the roaches running out, the cereal boxes, everything. You're going to see all type of shit, man. You're going to see it, bro.
Because I think he already had his.
I think we already would have saw it.
He got shot 9 times. He paid his debt early, so that's why he's like, F it. But you know, look, this is between him and Puff, and honestly, it's between both of them and God.
Oh, that's interesting. Biz says, "Now the internet's gonna be there to protect him." Yeah, well, he is a very liked figure, right? He is a very liked figure. 50 has like a very interesting reputation. Like, he's kind of a bully, but he's like the people's bully. Like, we like it when he bullies people. And usually the internet don't like bullies. But we kind of like it when 50 does the bullying, because his bullying is kind of usually, you know, prefaced with the, man, you know I don't like this nigga. Like we know his history so well. No matter, even if we're like, yo, bro, give Ja Rule a break, we're like, well, I could see why you're never letting up off that nigga, right? We can see it.
Yeah. So, you know, only God can judge, and both of them people have time to sit with God and talk about and through everything. And right now is Puff's time to sit there and have a conversation, a much needed conversation with God.
He ain't say nothing crazy.
Yeah, so 50.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I guess back in the day, Marlon Wayans tweeted out, been doing Diddy parties for 15 years, and I must say, never let me down, Puff. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. So look like they're at least friends. Now, again, I'm not gonna take this on face value, meaning that he was fucking women or involved in freak offs with Diddy. I do think there's a population, and they're all like shamed to say it and explain it. Diddy threw the best, most expensive, you know, lavish parties in the industry, and celebrities, they used to have options. Oh, you could go to this person's party, to this person's party. And the Diddy party, in terms of like, you know, a private mansion party or wherever it was, that was the thing, always the thing that was bigger and better than everybody else's party. It's like these guys can't just like clarify that they have been to that, but they have never seen a freak off. And I thought we got a pretty good explanation during the trial. Like, yeah, like it's not that you go to a Diddy party and all of a sudden Cassie's getting railed in the middle of the dance floor. This is something that's happening at a hotel that is separate and aside from it. Usually it's days long, red lights. There's only 3 people there. We've never even heard about it. No, actually, only one freak off we heard about had 4 people, but it definitely wasn't some group activity where it's 10 or 12. Right? So maybe he's just cool with Diddy. And the problem is, some of the guys, and this is how, you know, the industry is kind of fake. Some of the guys, you know, because of what we've seen about Diddy, they can't just say, hey, listen, yo, Diddy's a cool guy to me, bro. Yo, I've partied with him for a lot of years. I never seen weird shit. I know he got caught up in some whatever, but, yo, he's a cool guy. And, like, I watched that documentary. That documentary ain't it. That documentary ain't it. Right? So everybody, when they're explaining it, they do it in a weird way that comes across even more like they're protecting Diddy, as opposed to say, hey, listen, I can't vouch for everything he did, but everything I've ever seen with him is contrary to what I've seen in the doc. Now,